Alright, we're going to do an Albright knot here. This is for connecting monofilament or fluorocarbon to braided line. I also I did another video for connecting your backing to your fly line. It can be good for that as well. It's a really strong knot. I'm going to use this 15-pound mono. Hopefully you can see this. If that view is a little bit tight, don't worry, I'll do it again. I have some red amnesia line that should work as well. What we're going to do is we're going to put a loop in there. We're going to pinch it. That's in your mono or fluoro, whichever you're fishing. Now we're going to take the braid and we're going to pull it through, and we're going to pinch all of these together. I'm going to pull some extra through because that's what I'm going to be using for my wraps. And now what I do is I put my middle finger in here, and I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping over everything. This middle finger keeps tension on it. I'm pinching with my left hand, and that is how I can keep everything lined up. Now typically I'm going to go through anywhere from 8 to 12 times depending on how heavy the line is. Okay, so now we're going to pull that back through. It's important that this comes through in the same direction. See, they're both going to figure 8 on there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay pinched, and I'm going to pull just on the braid to start snugging everything up. You see how these wraps all start to line up. There we go. And then I'll pull on the main stems. And with that, you have a super nice, secure connection. And then you can clip right up against this. I usually use scissors on the braid. But we'll give it a go here. There we go. All right, there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one more time. Pull out the red stuff just in case you need a better view. All right, how's that? Okay, so this is going to be your fluoro or your mono, however you go about it. And again, we're just going to go ahead and pinch right here, make a loop, pinch it. And then we're going to go ahead and bring this braid through, and we're going to pinch it with all that right there. Give yourself a nice tag in, make sure you got enough, and then put your finger right in here. I like to have this braid on top of my finger, keeps it where it needs to be, and then we can just start wrapping. Now these wraps can be right on top of each other ideally, but it's okay if they're spread out a little bit as long as they're kind of in sequence. I'm not even counting right now, but we should be about there. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead, we're just going to pull this right through here. It's being a little stubborn. There it is. Okay. Again, you can see how these are coming through that same direction. Now I'm going to keep this pinched on both ends. Start to get everything pulling tight. Nice and slow until you have a good tight knot. And that's it. That's your Albright knot. and that is bulletproof. There are a bunch of other knots out there that work great as well, but anytime I'm connecting braid to fluoro, which I do often for making leaders, this is the knot I use. I can do it quickly, and then you can clip everything down here. I actually usually clip that a little bit tighter, but that's all right. That's a great knot.